Good morning and welcome back on this Easter Sunday. I'm Josh Robertson. We're hopefully going to have another day of some clear skies ahead for the festivities happening around the area. Hannah Gard joins us now with a look at your Weather Authority forecast. A little bit warmer out there today, Hannah.
Yeah, you'll notice that as you're out early on. Typically in the morning hours, the past couple of days, it's been a little bit cool. We are not really feeling that this morning. We're starting to see some light. You can see there's a lot of cloud cover, but there's also a lot of moisture in the air this morning for sure. Those dew points are in the 60s, really close to our temperatures. We haven't really seen any fog form in our area because we do have a little bit of a breeze, but our temperatures right in the 60s, right next to the dew points, very, very humid to start. So if you're headed out to the French Quarter Easter Parade, it is Easter Sunday. We're going to be really, really warm. You are not going to need layers, especially early on. We're still going to be warm through the morning hours in the 70s, and then we're going to get to the 80s by the afternoon. This is kind of those in-between hours, I think between 2 and 4. We'll see 82 degrees is what I'm forecasting. It's really going to be warm, and we see the breeze kind of pick up from the south too. Those allergies might be really bothered right now because of all of the humidity. The trees are blooming, so keep that in mind if you are headed outdoors. We do have a little bit of cloud cover today too, but our temperatures in the low 80s is kind of sitting right in the middle of the last 5 or so years for Easter. Now it is on a different date every time. Our coolest one, 67, that was last year out of the past 5 years. The warmest was 2020, 86, so we're kind of right in the middle of where we've been. Very humid though, dew points in the 60s. You can see the winds coming from the south, and they're filtering all of this Gulf moisture up across the region, all the way up into parts of the Midwest, across the southern plains. We have a lot of that humidity. This is going to fuel storm chances as we go into the next couple of days. And you can see a warm front up here to the north. Typically those warm fronts can help to usher all of that moisture up. We also have this upper level cloud cover that's high pressure in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That's a heat dome. It's basically causing it to warm up just below that. And then we have a strong low over here to the west over parts of the desert southwest. That's going to bring them snow, some storm activity, and then push over into the plains, bringing storms as well. You can really see this low on water vapor, huge swirl there. It's starting to interact with this high pressure as it moves to the east. And what that does for us is actually protects us from the storm chance, that high that's in the upper levels. You can see that cloud cover that's kind of coming from the west to the east. The high is still over us. All of this storm activity from that system that's moving in from the desert southwest is mostly going to stay to the north of us. Now, could we see a stray storm on the edge of this on Tuesday? Maybe, but I'm really feeling like it's unlikely because the bulk of the energy is so far to the north of us. Here's the cold front. It's pushing all of this through. This model has barely any rainfall. Now, I do think we could see some light rain, some shower activity through Tuesday evening into Wednesday early in the morning, but it's mostly just going to be cloud cover, and we get some cooler and air on the back end. You can see that severe weather threat is kind of wrapped around the high pressure. We have that arc shape. That's the high right over us, protecting us from these severe storms from Oklahoma City up through the Midwest. And then on Monday, it stays so far to the north of us. Now, we are included in a marginal risk. That's a level 1 out of 5 for the North Shore in southern Mississippi. Again, modeling, really keeping this to the north right now. We'll continue to watch it because obviously the strength of that high is going to really dictate where those storms are. So if it is a little bit weaker than modeling, we could see some storms farther down to the south, but we'll closely watch that. And what I mean by that is you can see the red here, that's the high pressure, the strength of it. If it pushes this low farther up to the north, then the severe weather is going to be farther up to the north. That's why we kind of have to watch the tail end of that cold front, but I'm mostly not too worried about the severe threat. Then here comes that cooler air. What that's going to do is drop all of those temperatures down into the 70s from the 80s, and then we'll get those early morning temperatures Thursday, Friday, Saturday in the 40s. So it is going to feel a lot cooler. Maybe Thursday we even are stuck in the 60s all day. So we will see some cool spring weather returning if you are not a fan of waking up to the heat and humidity like we are this morning.
Right, but you are going to wake up, put on those Easter colors, those Easter outfits, probably going to church, and just know you might want to do it like to this morning because it's going to be a little hot out there.
Yes, and make sure that you don't put the leggings, the long pants on today because I did yesterday and it was too hot even yesterday.
And yeah, it did heat up yesterday, but yeah, today's going to be much hotter, much more humid. So
yes.
be aware of that. All right, thank you very much there, Hannah. 6:35 now. Just a reminder.